So do you want to explain your
Yeah.
different ROI?
Yeah. I mean, most business people, for profit, they think of ROI. Hey, what am I getting back? But this is return on impact. So what
Mm.
is the impact of my dollars that I'm giving to any organization here in Florida, Broward County? Is usually one of the questions we always get asked.
Hi, I'm Bette Hochberger CPA CGMA. This channel aims to educate you on tax, tech, crypto, and finance related news. Come learn how to grow and keep your wealth.
On today's Finance Friday, I have a very special guest. I have Erik Chafin from Children's Harbor. So Erik, can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what Children's Harbor is?
Absolutely. Well, thank you again for having me this morning. And I'm a little jealous here in New Jersey. I know it's a little bit hot, but I'm looking all of a sudden. I'm like, yeah, that's where I want to be right now. But I do have a sailboat and and this in the back, and may represent a little bit of New Jersey.
Yeah.
But no, Erik Chafin, Children's Harbor, Chief Development Officer. So what we do here at Children's Harbor, we've been around since the 90s, and we help teens that have gone through neglect and abuse and abandonment. And our team basically shines the light back into these teens that have unfortunately gone through some of these things. So we sit on about 8 acres here in Pembroke Pines, and we have a family campus group home where we have maternity, we have boys home, and also girls home. And any given time, we have about 25 to 35 teens. And I know that sounds crazy because anybody has kids. That many teens in one air location, that is pretty intense, right? But no, it's a pretty amazing campus. We're doing amazing things, having some major positive impact with the teens. And I encourage everybody, if you would like to come out and check us out, we're hidden little gym in West Pembroke Pines, up 196. So you can always hit up Bette or hit up me, and love to give you a tour.
Yeah, I have 3 teens. I can't imagine 20 at once. So you guys are doing some important work. Like, I can't even imagine, first off, what these kids have gone through, and second, to be able to benefit in that way. And I mean, I'm sure you remember being a teenager, you didn't appreciate anything, but holy cow, what amazing things you guys are doing for these kids and for their lives. So that's absolutely amazing. I feel like we could be done and just be like, okay, that's amazing. Like, great. We don't need to talk about anything else today.
Yeah, but no,
that's important.
No, I appreciate it. And it's amazing you just say that. Basically, not just us and our team, but of course it takes a whole community really to bring awareness and then have people come out and really know what we do, and that we're actually moving that wheel pretty well, and we're starting to get the word out of who Children's Harbor is, and I really appreciate you helping me really getting the word out.
Well, I have a soft spot for, I have 3 of my own kids, but almost every nonprofit I'm involved in is somehow benefiting kids. So I'm thrilled to help you guys spread this mission. My family is like a big scouting family, which is all about the kids. I'm on the Jewish Women's Foundation, and we do granting to organizations that help kids. So it's definitely near and dear, not just as a mom, but also my philanthropy. I usually direct it in that direction. So
that's awesome. Thank you. That's great.
Yeah, love what you guys are doing.
Well,
so the real thing that we came to talk about, right, was, and it's related to the organization, right? It's not like out of nowhere, but ROI on charitable giving, right? And I know some business people somewhere are like, what ROI? It's a little bit different than what we normally talk about, right? So do you want to explain your different ROI?
Yeah, I mean, most business people, for profit, they think of ROI. Hey, what am I getting back? But this is return on impact. So what is the impact of my dollars that I'm giving to any organization here in Florida, Broward County? Is usually one of the questions we always get asked. How is my dollar having direct impact to the kids, the programs? So we're very intentional, very transparent, and love to have those conversations with people in the community. And we're doing things a little bit different, little bit different in some of our events, and a lot of the different things that folks that like to sponsor us and want to give back. But the impact piece, which I know, that you being a numbers gal, you'd appreciate this, but
Yep.
and my job obviously is to raise money, raise awareness, for Children's Harbor. And for every dollar that we bring in to Children's Harbor, 88 cents of that dollar goes directly to the kids and to the
Wow.
programs, which is pretty amazing.
That's a
Um,
very high percentage of, impactful, percent of what you're donating. So that's very impressive.
Yeah, so that's one aspect of, the impact is amazing. So when somebody wants to have impact, obviously giving their money monetarily or their time, typically we're a really good fit for some of those folks that want to be a little more intimate and more hands-on to have that impact with the community. So that we deem it as ROI.
I love it. I love it. And, you get a little philosophical about money in general, right? And ROI, so like it's a slightly different in business, as you said, return on investment, but you got to give to get. So there's that aspect of it anyway. It maybe doesn't fill in nicely on a spreadsheet for you. If you're a business trying to calculate your return on investment, but it always
Yeah.
comes back to you, right?
Oh yeah,
Whatever you
yeah.
give.
And I'm always thinking, coming from the for-profit sector, I'm always thinking as well, how would a business owner, think about this? And, in most companies, as you know, I'm sure you have, marketing dollars budgeted annually
Yeah.
to certain things from a marketing side. What's pretty cool is some of these events, we have quarterly events that, we have sponsors, help us sponsor some of these mixers. And what's really cool about this, not only, can you give back and help in an organization like us, but you have all these different other assets that you get. One of them being, speak in front of 100 plus C-level individuals in some of these mixers is one fantastic
Wow.
aspect. Yeah, that's one of the big things that, it's been a big hit. So if you're looking to get your business in front of 100 C-level people, it's a great, venue to do that. And what's really amazing, a lot of times after the event, I'll sit with a sponsor and I'll go through the people that attended and help connect them potential
Oh,
prospects and potential referral sources, which is a little bit different than the methodologies out there right now. So,
oh yeah, that's totally different. So anybody who's in the networking world, you realize that, oh hey, I heard somebody talking and they need an accountant. I'm like, okay, great. Like everyone needs an accountant. But if Erik's like, hey Bet, Joe over here, and like introduces us, and that he's looking for an accountant and I'm an accountant, and he makes that introduction, that right there is so probably your ROI right there on the event, because that's huge, that personal introduction.
right.
And I'm sure it's quality people that are showing up for your events because it's such an important mission of the organization.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's huge.
And I always tell your vet, I says, don't take my word for it. Come to an event, see how it is, see what the networking feel is. And again, I can just tell you what folks have come and experienced, and the business I've actually have derived from some of these events have been tremendous. So just say, hey, you know what, try it out, see if you like these events. And if you do, we can have a further conversation. It's great stuff.
That's amazing. That's really cool, Erik. So who who is a good person to show up at this event? Is there any particular industry or anything like that? Or
We have
can
a wide
anybody do this?
array. Yeah, we have a wide array of what we call harbor keepers and what we call our Safe Harbor Society that literally comes to these events. So we have a long time, Safe Harbor Society members that have been, really helping us move the needle for years. So a lot of our board members that are a part of it. So you have, high level attorneys, you have bankers, you have
Oh, wow.
CPAs like yourself, uh, you know, business brokers. There's a ton of different folks that are coming there, and most of the time they've been in the Broward County arena for decades. So,
Oh, wow.
so good stuff, good people, and we're always trying to connect good people with other good folks that want to, do business.
And it sounds like you're probably going to also meet a bunch of people who are, philanthropically minded, go-givers, who are out there trying to make a big impact on the world, not just in their business, but in life in general, which which is pretty important, I think. I don't know. I only like to really do business with good people. I don't really try to keep the nonsense out. So that, for me, that's important. And what a great way to screen people out is if they're getting Erik's seal of approval.
Well, the one word I always think of and always comes to mind, Bette, is intentional. A lot of folks that are in our circle, Bette, we're very intentional, and always looking to connect good people with good people that, their intentions are very similar, which again, time is of the essence with a lot of these things. So love helping that.
That's fantastic. All right. So Erik, if somebody wants to come to one of these events, or if they want to sponsor, what should they do? Should they contact you, or?
Yeah, they can contact me directly, reach out to me with my information. You can find me here on Facebook, LinkedIn, and I can basically send that out in your channels as well, Bette. You can also go to children'sharbor.org and check us out there as well. So those are great places to find us.
Okay, and we'll also link to you on all of our postings when we spread this around social media, so that anybody who needs to and wants to can reach out and get a hold of Erik and help Children's Harbor with their amazing mission, and hopefully help themselves a little in the process. That's pretty cool. So Erik, I got one last question for you.
Sure.
Do you have any interesting hobbies? Or, I mean, I'm sure you're pretty busy with all this and family and whatnot, but I'd make waffles, but
yeah, waffles are definitely there, but interesting hobbies. So some people know this, but I've been surfing and skating since I've been like 6 years old. And
really?
Yeah. So emphatic that I have an electric skateboard. I have like a quiver of different longboards in my garage. And if anybody lives out in West Davie, you may see me ripping around the neighborhood on an electric skateboard. So a 47-year-old man that thinks he's still 20. And I do have some injuries that have come from this that, my wife has to remind me from time to time that you're not 20 anymore. So I've had some dental
the brain
work
never
done,
wants to think about that part.
But
the brain does not acknowledge that I'm not 20 anymore. It's not a thing.
Sorry, I'm not accepting it. I'm still, my mental state is still going to be 20. So
that's awesome. That's very cool. I had no idea. So it's funny. My husband's on the Parks and Rec committee in Hollywood, where we live. And apparently there's like a skateboarding park somewhere in Hollywood that I only know because he mentioned it. I was like, we have what? A skateboarding park? Really? In Hollywood? So I guess there's some places you can go and, you could be the part of the geriatric skateboarding team.
Well, dude, Tony Hawk, come on. Tony Hawk is like,
he's
I think, a year older than I am. So, you know what?
Yeah.
And he's riding half pipes. I mean, come on.
Wow. Yeah, it's funny because he's kind of like frozen in time from like what I guess I was like a kid or a teenager or whatever when he came out, and he was like a big name that everybody knew him. But yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yes, thanks, Bette.
Still at
Thank you. Thank you. Now I feel so much better.
Totally welcome. Hey, I didn't like say it was like 1980 something. And I would have made it worse, I guess. I guess I kind of did now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh my God, that's hysterical. Well, that's a really cool hobby. I think you're the first person that I've had on who's had that as their hobby. So awesome.
Cool.
Very cool. So, okay, guys. So I'm going to put Erik's contact info. I will tag him all over the place. He's a super nice guy, as you can see. And if you want to learn some skateboarding or you want to learn more about the Children's Harbor, reach out to him, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for sticking around. I hope you learned something new. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe to my channel if you want to continue improving your tax and financial literacy. Bye.